Hi everyone, Rebecca here for Winchester Gaming and Tech. This week we're looking at a game called No One Survives, which is currently in early access on Steam. It was released on the 14th of January 2023 and it has a number of mostly positive reviews. It was developed and published by Catplay Studios and No One Survives seems to be their first title. When you first start in No One Survives, you can do some training in boot camp. The one small flaw I found when first starting out with the game were their instructions weren't very clear on how to do certain tasks. Some are shown in the bootcamp training, but others are not, which I'll show later. In saying that though, one of the aspects I did like is you can pack your own starter kit in bootcamp. What you personally choose to have in bootcamp will come with you, which is handy if you don't want to spend the first few days in game looting and focus more on building and prepping. You can also select as you begin a new game to begin with no starter kit and have nothing more than your underwear. This is my preferred way to start any survival game. Start with nothing and see how long you can survive. Like in most survival games, you have the basic tools that you can build with minimal resources such as a stone axe, a construction hammer and a knife. I like to add a bow and also a spear to begin with. These come in handy until you can find a machete or a gun for better protection. A spear is adequate for the few zombies you'll come across in the beginning. There is the usual skills menu, also the technology menu where players can see the options on weapons and other equipment to help survive. There are various different benches and tables to help build what you need, such as a medical bench for your health needs, a processing table for basic equipment, chemistry bench, textile machine and much more. Items for food production such as breeding pens, beehives and even wine barrels, rainwater collection as well as water purifiers and drilling equipment for wells. You can even build yourself a shower since hygiene is a need in game. Character movement and animation are pretty solid throughout the game. Aiming and hitting your target is smooth and efficient. Swinging of the axe or the machete is a little cumbersome at times and you don't always hit your mark, but generally easy to use. At this early stage of the game, it can be a little time consuming figuring out how to use each menu and each item, such as using the construction hammer, building a fire and the bed. Once you have a general understanding, it is a much easier game to play. Although, as mentioned above, there is some guidance in boot camp. However, some tasks are left to guesswork or trial and error. With a little patience, it isn't difficult to find what you need, it just takes a little while to figure it out. Building is a little annoying as you can only carry logs and sticks if you have room in your bag. So, before you find a bag, you have very limited space to hold any inventory. So, building a fire or bedding could take a minute if you have items taking up your limited inventory space. When you first spawn into the game, the section of the map where you are starting off seems to be a zombie-free zone, which is handy for players just starting out so you can explore and build all the tools that you need without worrying about being attacked or caught unaware by zombies. As you begin to explore away from the initial area, you find zombies lingering around. There seems to be a variety of different zombies. Some are slow, some chase you hard, some seem to give you more damage than others. As mentioned above, a simple spear works effectively on the zombies in the beginning. My advice when dealing with the infected is to be careful not to get caught up on anything. I died a few times, stuck against like a railing or a box. It can be hard to jump or push your way out. Another tip is don't run away unnecessarily, as this uses up your stamina, so when a faster zombie catches you, then you have no stamina left to fight back. The looting system works quite well. Some areas have slim pickings where others have more loot than you can carry. Some things need a little tweaking, such as the water situation. At the time of this review, I still hadn't quite worked out finding a safe water supply. This was another thing that could have used a little instruction on how to boil the water for safe consumption. One of the things that I like in No One Survives is the car. You find a car early in the game, but it has broken down. You need to repair it by finding repair kits and fuel. This makes sense as the story starts that you had been locked away for 3 years and only came out of your safe bunker because you ran out of resources. After 3 years, cars would require some maintenance to get started, so needing to repair them makes sense. I also like the extra storage space for looting. This will be handy for when you are building up your base, especially when exploring the further away points of the map. There are merchants around the map where players can trade and pick up farm animals such as chickens and pigs. You can also learn new skills if the merchant feels like teaching you. There are plenty of rabbits and deer to hunt if need be. So with the farm animals and plenty of seed and fertilizer laying around, it shows you can build up a base with crops and animals. I usually like to finish a game before doing a review, but with No One Survives, I could spend another month in the game and probably still find something new. I spent most of the time learning the game, exploring, looting and testing some building elements. The map is quite large, and after a few days I had only explored a quarter of it. No One Survives is a fun game, especially for the price. I enjoyed exploring this game, and I haven't even gotten to the zombie waves yet. The best part was finding a machete which helped dispatch some infected quite easily. I could spend hours just doing that. I find No One Survives a load of fun, and I was enjoying single player so much that by the time I had to do this review, I hadn't even managed to look at multiplayer yet. Overall, 4 out of 5 stars. I could see myself thoroughly enjoying replaying this for many hours. The movement is smooth, audio is good, I like the artwork, there's plenty to do and explore, and it is quite challenging. Would recommend. Thanks for watching, and if you liked what you saw, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.